Last week, the Biden administration continued their war on junk fees, this time targeting retirement savings. And it made for some spicy headlines that had even me questioning our industry. What junk fees are in 401ks and how are we costing savers billions of dollars? Well, as is typically the case, the headlines only tell a smidge of the story. Sure, the CEO of AARP saying too many Americans can't trust the financial advice they receive. And President Biden saying he's mad as hell and people are tired of being played for suckers make for great sound bites. But that's not the full story. If you listen to the full address, President Biden does say many times that the vast majority of financial advisors are providing good advice in your best interest. So here's what you need to know about the DOL's proposed retirement security rule. Essentially, it broadens the definition of who is considered a fiduciary to, well, essentially anyone and everyone giving advice in, on, or around or near a retirement account. There is a lot of focus on the advice given to advisors who are recommending a move from one account to another, like rolling from a 401k to an IRA. Currently, there are financial advisors helping clients with these rollovers that are not held to the higher fiduciary standard, meaning they could be giving conflicted advice. Advice where they are incentivized to recommend one product or strategy over another. In real life, the majority of advisors are already held to this higher standard. For example, certified financial planners are fiduciaries. Moving to the employer-sponsored plans. Not every financial advisor helping a company create and monitor the investment lineup in their 401k is held to a fiduciary standard. And yes, there are compensation structures that can create a conflict of interest. It is possible that your advisor can be paid more or incentivized to recommend one type of mutual fund over another. For example, if there is revenue sharing, one mutual fund company may pay a higher commission than another. However, if you are working with a 321 or a 338 co-fiduciary advisor on your plan, then they are already held to this higher standard. Again, the majority of specialist retirement advisors, those who focus specifically on advising companies on their 401k or their pension plan, have already taken steps to mitigate or eliminate these conflicts of interest. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't specifically address annuities. In his speech, President Biden essentially demonized annuities, and the National Council of Economic Advisors released a wholly unfair report where they called out a specific company and a specific product by name when attempting to illustrate a bad advice. As with anything in life, you cannot paint with a broad brush. Despite the fact that both included qualifiers saying not all annuities are bad, that doesn't make the 15-second news clip. I am telling you, as a CFP and a fiduciary advisor, there are times where annuities are absolutely the right recommendation for the client. So rest assured that most of the retirement industry is not comprised of nefarious bad actors and bad products out to steal thousands of dollars from you. I know from our perspective, this rule has virtually or would have virtually no impact on the advice we provide our clients. While I will always personally support mitigation of advisor conflicts of interest, I think it's important we maintain some perspective on the retirement industry as a whole. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie, the 401k lady.